When you stand up for just 1 second and turn around to find your cat has already stolen your favorite chair, do you actually know what they are trying to say? Most people assume it is simple. Cats get cold, you are warm, end of story. Yes, it is slightly annoying when you just wanted to grab a glass of water. But behind that little theft, there is something much deeper that most owners completely miss. And if you misunderstand it, if you just shoo them away out of frustration, you could be crushing a delicate message of trust they have been trying to send you for years. It is a subtle language of love. Let us start with the one fact that changes how you look at that stolen seat forever. It is time to see the truth hiding in plain sight. 1. It was never just about the heat. Have you ever noticed how they do not just lie on the chair, but they curl up in the exact, specific spot you were sitting? Most people assume cats are just opportunistic heat vampires. They think the cat is just using them as a living radiator. That is not opportunism. That is targeted affection. While cats do love warmth, they will bypass a perfectly warm sunbeam just to take your newly emptied spot. Because they are not looking for environmental comfort. While cats do love warmth, they will bypass a perfectly warm sunbeam just to take your newly emptied spot. Because they are not looking for environmental comfort. Researchers at the University of Vienna confirmed in a 2017 study that a cat's spatial preference is heavily driven by human attachment, not just the temperature of the room. They are telling you something deeply personal in their own language. Your warmth is my safety. When you leave, I want to physically hold on to the feeling of you. It is their way of keeping a part of you close, even when you have walked out of the room. That warm spot is the next best thing to your lap. But wait, if your cat ever suddenly stops stealing your chair, do not just consider yourself lucky. We will get into what that really means at the end of this video. It is a silent warning most owners wish they had known about sooner. Because understanding this subtle change might one day save their life when they cannot ask for help. So the next time you claim your favorite chair, remember they are actively choosing your invisible presence over everything else in the house. It is a compliment, not a challenge. 2. They are performing an ancient scent blending ritual. Ever wonder why your cat seems to squirm, knead, and rub their face against the fabric before finally settling down in your spot? You might think they are just getting comfortable, like a human fluffing a pillow, but they are engaging in a complex behavior called scent blending. When you sit down, you leave behind a concentrated patch of your pheromones. By lying exactly where you were, they are actively mixing their scent profile with yours. A 2015 study from the University of Lincoln on feline olfactory communication showed that mingling scents is exactly how cats establish a shared family identity. In cat language, they are saying, "We are one family. Our smells belong together." This is why washing that specific blanket on your chair can sometimes make them visibly anxious. And hey, if this video is already changing how you see your cat's little daily habits, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who care. 3. They are wrapping themselves in your invisible. Have you seen how a cat sleeps cat spot? Usually curled up tight, eyes fully closed. People think cats sleep anywhere because they are lazy. That is not laziness. That is ultimate vulnerability. Sleep is when a cat is at their most defenseless. Every instinct screams at them to find somewhere hidden and high up. Yet they choose the middle of the open room, right on your office chair, because your scent creates a bubble of perceived security. Research from Oregon State University in 2019 demonstrated that cats use their human caregivers as a secure base to feel safe in their environment. They are telling you, "Your lingering presence protects me. I am safe from predators as long as I am wrapped in your scent." 4. They are trying to guard your core territory. Does your cat sometimes give you a grumpy look or a tiny defiant chirp when you ask for your seat back? It is easy to mistake this for dominance. People think cat is acting like the boss of the house, demanding you find somewhere else to sit. That is not dominance you are seeing. That is resource management. In the wild, cats guard the most valuable parts of their core territory. To your indoor cat, your favorite chair is the highest value real estate in the entire house because it smells the most like the most important resource. 5. Stop picking them up without warning. What is your first reaction when you need to sit down? Do you just scoop them up and drop them on the floor? Most owners do this without thinking. It is your chair after all, and you need to work or eat. But suddenly, displacing a resting cat shatters their security. It turns a moment of deep bonding into a moment of sudden rejection. They sought out your scent for comfort and were physically ejected for it. Feline behaviorists stress that predictable interactions reduce chronic stress in cats, and sudden physical displacement is a major trigger for feline anxiety. When you dump them on the floor, they hear, "You're a fetching nuisance. You do not belong here with me." And that is heartbreaking for them. Instead, gentle nudge technique. Softly first to wake them up. Tap the armrest and give them a chance to move on their own. They will still feel safe, and you will still get your chair back. It preserves the trust while accomplishing your goal, and that is respect for their feelings. 6. The silent warning of the abandoned chair. This is what I mentioned at the start of this video, and it is something every cat owner needs to understand. We easily get annoyed when our cats constantly steal our seats. So when they stop, we usually just feel relieved. We think they finally learned the house rules. That is not obedience. That is a major red flag. If a cat who normally seeks out your scent suddenly isolates themselves, hiding under beds or in dark closets, their trust has either been broken or their body is failing them. It is a desperate plea for help. A 2020 study published in Scientific Reports found that social withdrawal and seeking cold, hard surfaces away from human scent are primary indicators of chronic pain or illness in cats. They are desperately trying to tell you, "I am hurting too much to be social. I feel weak to be out in the open, even with you." If your cat abandons your chair and adopts a hunched position in a dark corner, a vet visit is worth considering immediately. This is not moodiness. Your cat does not have the words to tell you how much they rely on you. They only have their actions. Seeking out your chair is one of them. Because understanding this subtle change might one day save their life when they cannot ask for help. They are desperately trying to tell you, "I am hurting too much to be social. I feel too weak to be out in the open, even with you." If your cat abandons your chair and adopts a hunched position in a dark corner, a vet visit is worth considering immediately. This is not moodiness. It turns a moment of potential anxiety into a proactive act of care. You are not a bad owner. You are an observant one who loves them. Research from Oregon State University in 2019 demonstrated that cats use their human caregivers as a secure base to feel safe in their environment. When you leave, I want to physically hold on to the feeling of you. It is their clumsy, beautiful way of saying they hate being apart from you. A 2015 study from the University of Lincoln on feline olfactory communication showed that mingling is exactly how cats establish a shared family identity. To your indoor cat, your favorite chair is the highest value real estate because it smells the most like the most important resource. Your lingering presence protects me. I am safe from predators as long as I am wrapped in your scent. That is heartbreaking for them. Stop picking them up without warning. What is your first reaction when you need to sit down? Do you just scoop them up and drop them? They are desperately trying to tell you, "I am hurting too much to be social. I feel too weak to be out in the open, even with you." Mingling scents is exactly how cats establish a shared family identity. It turns a moment of deep bonding into a moment of sudden rejection. They seek your scent for comfort, but are physically ejected. You notice changes in days that an outdoor cat's owner would miss for months. Your cat does not have the words to tell you how much they rely on you. They only have their actions. Seeking out your chair is one of them. Seeking out your chair the second you stand up is their clumsy, beautiful way of saying they hate being apart from you, even for a moment. So the next time you find them curled up in your freshly vacated spot, do not just see a stolen seat. Do not just see a minor annoyance. See a creature who loves you so much they want to be surrounded by you even when you are not there. They are holding on to your presence. When they rub their chin on the armrest, they are claiming you as family. When they sleep deeply there, they are trusting you with their life. That is not just a quirky habit. That is a daily declaration of love. They are telling you that you are their safest place in the whole world. You are the center of their universe. The scent you leave behind is the only thing that comforts them when the house goes completely quiet and empty. And if they ever stop doing it, you now know to pay close attention, because their silence speaks just as loudly as their stolen spots do. Every time they steal your chair, they are reminding you of a bond that goes back thousands of years. It is a profound compliment wrapped in a tiny annoyance. Because that spot was never just a chair to them. It is a symbol of their absolute devotion. And it should not be just a chair to you either.